Nelson Mandela says it always seems impossible until it's done. And it's true. Existential crises often hit unexpectedly, like a sudden wave of questions that drown our sense of purpose. Why am I here? What is the point of all this? Am I living a meaningful life? It can feel overwhelming and at times paralyzing. However, these crises can also serve as a deep invitation to reconnect with ourselves. When they arise, self care becomes essential to navigate this inner turmoil and find meaning amidst the chaos. First step is to pause and accept the experience. I know things feel heavy right now, and it's like your mind is just swirling with all these big questions. First off, I want you to know it's okay to feel this way. Seriously, it happens to all of us at some point. You're not alone in this. The first step, honestly, is to stop fighting the fact that you are in the middle of an existential crisis. It's natural to feel anxious, detached, or even confused, but trying to force your way out of it or solve everything right away usually just makes it harder. Instead, try to sit it with those feelings. Don't judge them or try to push them away. Just acknowledge them. You are human, and this is part of what we go through. Your mind is just trying to figure out some deeper stuff. It's normal. Maybe when you are ready, take a pause. I'm talking about a real pause. Find a quiet space and just let yourself be still for a moment. No pressure to have any answers right now. Just let whatever is swirling around in your head come out without trying to make sense of it. Journaling might help too. No rules, no structures, just let the thoughts spill onto the page. Sometimes that's all you need to lighten the weight a little. And remember, this phase won't last forever. You're going to come out of this. Take it one moment at a time. Second step is to reconnect with your body. When you're in deep in your thought, it feels like you're miles away from everything around you. It's so easy to get lost in those big, heavy questions, thinking about life, death, purpose, and all that abstract stuff. That's when things can get to start to feel a little overwhelming, even like in anxiety inducing. The more you think, the further away from reality you drift. One of the best ways to break out of that spiral, I think, is to reconnect with your body. I know it sounds simple, but it's powerful. When you are grounded in your physical self, it brings you back to right now, to the moment. It pulls you out of your head and back into the world that's actually happening around you rather than the one spinning in your mind. So here's what you can do: get up and move. It doesn't have to be anything intense, maybe just a gentle walk outside, feeling the air on your skin. Notice the ground underneath your feet. Or if you're in the mood, stretch your body. Really feel your muscles, your breath, the warmth in your hands, the sun rising. Even just focusing on deep breathing can make a world of difference. Breathe in, hold it for a second, and then breathe out slowly. It's like telling your body, hey, I'm here, I'm present. Whenever you start feeling that detachment or like your thoughts are taking over, just bring it back to your body. It's the easiest way to ground yourself and find some peace in the present moment. Trust me, you will feel a shift. It's subtle, but so calming. Third step is to practice radical self compassion. When you are in the middle of an existential crisis, it's all too easy to beat yourself up with thoughts like, I should have figured this out by now. Or why can't I be more like everyone else? Those feelings of guilt and self judgment can just pile on, making everything feel like even heavier. Let's take a step back here. Everyone at some point or another grapples with these deep questions. It's part of being human. So if you're feeling lost or uncertain, remember you're definitely not alone in this. There's no right or wrong way to deal with these kind of existential uncertainties. What if you treated yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you'd offer a close friend going through the same thing? Imagine if your friend came to you feeling like they should have all the answers by now, wondering why they don't measure up to others. You'd like to tell them that it's okay to be confused and that it's perfectly normal to not have everything figured out. So extend the same compassion to yourself. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel lost. You are doing the best you can with what you have right now. Use affirmations like, I'm doing my best with what I have right now, what I know right now. It's okay not to have everything figured out. It's about being gentle with yourself, recognizing that it's part of the journey, and trusting that you're moving through it in your own time. For those that engage with life's small joys, when everything around you feels empty or meaningless, it can be comforting to focus on the small everyday joys that might feel insignificant but are actually anchors of the present. The tiny pleasures like a warm cup of tea in the morning, watching the sunset, or feeling the cozy embrace of a blanket are little reminders of life's inherent beauty, even if it feels like they won't pull you out of your heavy thoughts right away. Make some time for these simple, comforting activities. Dive into the sensory experiences around you. Cook a meal you love. Savor each taste in aroma. Pick up a book you enjoy and lose yourself in its pages. Spend some quality time with a pet, feeling their warmth and their affection. Fifth is to explore your spiritual side in whatever form it takes. When you are in the midst of an existential crisis, it's natural to be in touch on your spiritual level. Whether or not your identity with a particular faith, exploring your connection to something larger than yourself can offer a sense of grounding and perspective. Think about what spirituality means to you. It might involve in revisiting a religious practice that resonates with you, diving into philosophical or spiritual text, or simply taking time to contemplate the mysteries of life. Even if you're not religious, there is a lot of value in exploring a sense of awe and wonder. This could be through immersing yourself in nature, marveling at the complexities of the universe, or delving into scientific wonders that spark your curiosity. Set aside some quiet time for meditation or reflection. Let yourself sit with these thoughts and allow your mind to explore the bigger questions without rushing for answers. Sometimes this kind of contemplation can bring a surprising sense of peace and clarity. It's not about finding the definitive answers right away, but about allowing yourself to connect with a sense of something larger than you, whether it's through spiritual practice, nature, or the wonder of the universe.